to A Course in Miracles. It just said I'm live. I thought I was live before. So hopefully I am live now. So good to see you, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday nights, our live stream Course in Miracles study. So welcome. If you are new here, please say hello. Give a thumbs up for sure. Definitely give a thumbs up. We're going to be talking about a very specific area in the course. And if you have your Course in Miracles, please pull it out right now because we're going to be what's going on? Oh my goodness. Hello, Emerald City. Good to see you. We're going to be working on a very specific area. So great to have you here. Great to have you here. We're back. We were on Monday night and we did our work, our metaphysical work on Mondays, and so now it's Course in Miracles. So if there's anyone new here, please say hello. See what's going on. Please tell me how the audio is. How is the audio? I've got this in. So, hi, Marcy. Good to see you. Marcy is a student of A Course in Miracles. Is the audio okay? Awesome. Thank you, Marcy. You can hear me. I was on briefly on Periscope, and they were like, "Oh, it's so staticky." I didn't know what was going on, but I wasn't using this. Who knows what's going on? Anyway, so daily lessons on Insta. But you're doing it for yourself. Hi, Carol. You're doing it for yourself, aren't you? Hi, Rebecca. Good to see you. You're not just doing it for Instagram, are you? I hope you're not just doing it for Instagram. Periscope. I was only for a second. I was only on for a second. So Marcy, you're doing it for yourself. I can't find the lid to this soda water, so I'm afraid. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm afraid it's gonna spill. Get over there. All right, everyone. So before we start, just so you know, we're on chapter 26, and it's section 7, and it's called. I'm glad that you're here. Glad you're here. Called the Laws of Healing. Now, let me just tell you this: is everyone new here? Anybody new to A Course in Miracles? Hello, Tempa. Good to see you. I sent you something. I didn't hear it back from you. Anyone new to A Course in Miracles? Hi, Marilyn. Okay, so let me just say this to people that might be watching for the replay. A Course in Miracles is a spiritual mind training. It is a spiritual path, but it also uses psychology and kind of new. Good. Uses psychology. It is not a religion. People from all religions and no religions practice the principles of A Course in Miracles. It's been around for boy, about 50, 60 years. And so it's been around for a little while, but all you need to know is that A Course in Miracles is a set of principles to help you to really move your attention perception from fear to a perception of love, from stuck to freedom, from down to up, from blah to yeah. But basically, it is a way for us to understand how the mind works and how the ego works, and so that we can have one goal. There's only one goal in the Course in Miracles. The Course in Miracles is not going to be like, I'm going to teach you how to $5 million. No, 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 no. It has one goal, and that is peace, true peace, true peace. So give me a thumbs up or a one. Thank you, Carol. If you are interested in having true inner peace. And then we're going to pray. Okay. Great. So we'll be here for about 20 minutes. I obviously cannot read everything in here, but I'm gonna go over a few of these ideas. Okay. All right. So let's close our eyes. Let's take a big deep breath. Dear Mother, Father God, Divine Source, Universe, all that is. We come together today with open hearts, open minds, and an open spirit. We allow today to be a time of love and support and guidance for everyone here and everyone watching the replay. And we ask that the peace of God, the love of Source, and the magic of life be within our hearts and come back to the truth of who we are. And we take a big deep breath. And together we say, thank you very much. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Good. Take a big deep breath, everyone. All right. So, welcome. If you do not know who I am, my name is Max Ryan. I'm a spiritual teacher and I'm intuitive. And I have been a teacher and a student of A Course in Miracles for over 38 years. I know. But this work, this work of A Course in Miracles will change your life. Will change your life. A lot of the principles in A Course in Miracles are things that you might see in a meme somewhere. They're much more in the public conversation now than they ever were, but they're quite radical. They look at the world, they look at you in a very, very, very different way, and how did I find it? I was very spiritual since I was a teenager. I was meditating. I was doing a lot of things, studying a lot when I was like, 11, 12, 13. At about 18, 17 years old, a friend of mine told me that there was a group that he was going to in West Hollywood and they were studying this book and he thought that I would really like it. And I was like, okay. And we used to meditate together. We used to do seances together. We used to connect with past lives together. I went there, and it was a really great group, and it was really nice. And there was this book there. Actually, it was three books at that point, but and they were just sitting there around there talking, and there was a woman leading it, and it was really sweet, and it was nice, and really wonderful, supportive people, mostly gay men, not all, but a lot of gay men. Um, and that was Marianne Williamson. So that was when I was about 18, 17 years old. And so that's how, and then I didn't really start getting the book and doing the lessons for about a year, year and a half. But I recognized as soon as I heard this work, I recognized that this was my path. My path. Was she there in person? Was who there in person, Marilyn? What do you mean? Um, And so I just recognized, what do you mean, Marilyn? I'm not sure. So I recognized right away that this was, yeah, it was in her apartment, Marianne. I mean, it was in Marianne Williamson's apartment. This is before she had no book. She wasn't doing any of that stuff. This is way before this. This is 38 years ago. So yeah, it was her apartment in West Hollywood. So, yeah, and then things changed and all of that stuff. So yeah, so that's how I came to it. So let's get to the work. Let's get to the work. I think I missed somebody, and now she's gonna run. She is running for president. Yes, she is. Okay. All right, everyone, take a big deep breath. All right, let's go. So this is chapter 26, and it's number 7. It's called the Laws of Healing. Laws of Healing. Right. Awesome, Emerald. Good. Okay, so I'm going to randomly pick some things I'm going to talk about. Hi, Jan. Good to see you. Book looks like this is my second book. Anyway, all right. So here we go. The first thing I want to say, I'm going to randomly pick some highlighted things because as you see, a lot of this is highlighted. A lot. Let's randomly pick something. Okay. All right. Good. The first thing I see immediately is this. All sickness, because we're talking about healing, right? We're talking about healing. All sickness comes from separation. All sickness comes from separation. Hold on a second. Somebody just wrote something. Well enough to Oh, that's great, Marilyn. I love it. Good. Happy Rosh Hashanah. Yeah, right. Okay, hold on. Let's. I'm gonna teach for a little bit, and then we'll open up to questions or comments. Okay. So we're talking about the laws of healing. Laws of healing. Okay. All sickness comes from separation. Immediately, you have to understand this right away. Any kind of sickness, psychological, physical, you're welcome. Psychological, physical, mental, spiritual, it's all, any kind of sickness comes from separation, right? Separation from your health, separation from your, separation from knowledge, separation from love, separation from life. Separation. Sickness comes when there is a separation, right? There's a reason why there's something called holiness, which is actually WHOLY, holy. To be whole is that everything is integrated. There is only one. There's only one. There's no separation, right? There is no only one, right? Um, maybe. I'm 55. Okay. All right. So when the separation is denied, it goes. So when a separation, you're sick because there's separation, right? And that when the separation is denied, the sickness goes. The sickness goes because you come back to the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are, the truth of who you are, or holistic health, WHO, whatever, right? Um, so you come back to the truth of who you are. World, the truth of any animal, every plant, what everything, anything is that it's already perfect. It's already perfect, right? But things happen. And then we start to separate. And that's where sickness comes in. So let's start from there. This is the laws of healing. So sickness comes from separation, right? Okay, let's go. Um, so here's the deal. Perception. Perception is huge in understanding about healing because the truth is you can never be separate from love. You can be never be separate from God. You can be never be separate. Why am I saying it that way? You can never be separate from health and wholeness and joy and peace. But your perception can make you think that you are. Does that make sense, everyone? Give me a thumbs up or a one if that's true, or if you understand what that means. Your perception can make you think, hi Sarah, that you are, but you never are. You never are. No matter how bad you feel, no matter how sick your body seems to be, or how sick whatever happens to be, no matter what it is, you can never, ever, ever really be sick because the truth of you is at one and perfection with the whole, right? So we go to sleep and we forget. We forget. And when we forget, that's when we start to manifest dis-ease because we aren't our bodies. Exactly right. You've heard of dis-ease. We manifest dis-ease when we believe we are separate. But you're never really separate. You're never really separate. And we live in the illusion, right, Rebecca? Exactly. And we live in the illusion. We don't choose to, we just fall asleep. We just fall asleep. It's a dream. It's a dream. All right. Okay. So let's hold on. Perception's laws are opposite to truth. This is what he says here. So your perception disconnected, right? Your perception is opposite to what the truth is. You are perceiving when we are in the world of perception when we are separated from God, when we are not in joy, in love, in peace. So we're in the world of perception, and that world of perception is the world of illusions, the world of illusions, and that world of illusions is very enticing, and it brings you in. Of course, you're sick. Something's wrong with you. You have to make sure that everything's good. You have to heal it. Something's wrong. You got to heal. You got to heal. The Course in Miracles will say, no, 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 there's nothing to heal because the truth of everything is that everything is already perfect. Everything is already perfect. Alice in the Looking Glass, exactly right. Everything's already. Now, let me say this. We have created dis-ease in the illusion. In the illusion. So it's not like when someone gets a diagnosis of cancer, you go, I don't have cancer. Of course you have cancer in the illusion. You have cancer in the illusion, but you don't have cancer in the truth, right? You don't have cancer in the truth. Enemy puts that in our minds too. Yeah, well, there's no enemy. There's no enemy, but I understand what you're saying. But I understand, totally understand, right? So perception's laws are opposite to the truth. Opposite to the truth. Okay? Need perception and we can change our perception. What does it say in the Course? What does he say in the Course? That ultimately a miracle is a shift in our perception. When we can shift our perception, you have a miracle. When you can see the cancer not as a life sentence or a death sentence, you get a miracle. You get a miracle, right? Sorry, I have to keep doing this. Ego puts it in our mind, not the enemy. But we created the ego. There's no enemy. I have Marilyn. I have Marilyn. That's all in the illusion. This is what's very hard if you don't do the work. It's all in the illusion. None of that really, in the big picture, I have to keep saying in the big picture, in the illusion, it does definitely have an effect in the illusion, right? It has an effect in the illusion. But you can. Now let's move on. I want to read something else. But I understand. This work isn't easy. I know. Of course you have, Autumn. I didn't say that. Sounds like you picked the red pill or the blue pill. Dilkin, this is the Matrix stuff. Autumn, of course you have. I just said that. It's not saying, no, 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 it's okay. It is not saying that the cancer is not there, but it's not there. But it's not there. Say this really quickly. If you're brand new to the Course in Miracles, the lesson number 2 is really powerful. The 365 lessons. Lesson number 2 is I'm giving everything the meaning it has for me. Your perception of the thing is what's making it horrible or making it amazing, right? Your perception of it. Someone will never eat a lima bean because it's horrible. And some people would eat lima beans all day long. But if you can have a shift in your perception, you'll have a miracle. Cancer is not a death sentence to a lot of people, but to some people it is. Does that make sense? You can get the Course in Miracles online. Yes. Right. Well, you get the lessons. I don't know. Maybe hold on. Okay. You can get there is an online searchable one. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. This is the last thing we're going to talk about because this is going to be big. So we're talking about healing, the laws of healing, the laws of healing, the laws of healing. We talked about sickness is separation, right? We talked about there's perception and there's the truth, right? The truth of you doesn't have cancer. I know it's hard to hear. The truth of you was not, I forget, Autumn, what you just said, right? That's right, Sarah. But we're not even a body. Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've talked about that. Now we're going to talk about healing. Let's talk about healing for a moment. I mean, we're talking about healing, right? Okay, so here we go. The truth needs no defense to make it true. So your health, your perfect health, does not need to be healed. It just needs to be realized. It needs to come back. It doesn't need to be healed. You already are perfect. You are made in the likeness and the image of God. You're already there. But when you go to sleep, you're like, oh my God, it's horrible. Da, 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 I got to fix it. You don't have to. You just have to come back to the realization of, oh yeah, I'm the light of the world. I'm at one with God, with life, with, if God's not a good word for you, with love, with flow, with life itself. It's already there. It's already there. That can never change. That can never change, right? So, truth needs no defense to make it true. The truth is, you are being, I don't even say being, you are an eternal soul in the system of life that might change form, right? That's really big. Perhaps you do not see the role forgiveness plays in ending death and all beliefs that rise from the mists of guilt. Forgiveness is one of the biggest things. I'm going to stop. In the Course, he says, forgiveness is the key to happiness. Now, the forgiveness we're talking about in A Course in Miracles is not that, okay, I'm just going to forgive them even though they were horrible people. I'll just forgive them even though they killed my brother. I'll just forgive them. That is not what we're talking about. We are light body. That's exactly right, Rebecca. So, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about laws of healing. Forgiveness, true forgiveness, is letting go of the thought that any of it should have ever been any different. You fell asleep, you got cancer. That's exactly the way it should be. It's okay. You're not going to go in the place of like, oh, you shouldn't have cancer. I got to pray for you. Don't have cancer. Oh my God. Da 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 da. Not. That is the ego. Forgiveness is letting go that it should have been any different than it is. So letting things be as they are. So you don't go, oh my God, it's cancer. And cancer means horror. And cancer means I got to make sure that that thing gets away from me. But cancer is the easiest one, right? And then what we do is we create exactly what we defend against because we go, no cancer, no cancer, no, no, no. My mother can't have cancer. My sister can't have cancer. I can't have cancer. Cancer is bad. No, 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 no. And all you're doing is creating more of the sleep of giving the cancer all the power, right? That's right, Marilyn. Remember what we said at the beginning. There is nothing wrong with you, even if you have cancer. Hi, Growish. And that's exactly right. Because when you do the work and when you start to really get what this is, there is nothing to forgive. Because everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And I'm not saying that you're just a doormat and you're accepting people making you feel like shit or treating you horrible. That's not what we're talking about. There is a point where you're like, I don't, that's different. That is different. That's not what we're talking about. The disease thing is really a good thing to kind of look at here, right? Because the disease thing is like, well, I didn't do anything to cause this. We're not going to get into all of that stuff. But um, that's where trust comes in, Sarah. That's right. Trust is the stepping stone into being into having your true connection with God. When you practice trust and you get really good at trusting, then guess what? Remember, sickness is separation. The separation heals. And from the Course in Miracles point of view, that's called the atonement and the at-one-ment and coming back to your connection with all that is, with God. Take a deep breath, everyone. All right. All right, I'm going to suggest that you read this section called The Laws of Healing. It is chapter 26, section 7. So I would suggest that you read it. There's a lot in it, a lot. Which way did I go? I don't know, Della. I don't know. If this work is interesting to you, if you're new to me or to this work, I would suggest or invite you to follow me here, to subscribe. And also, I would really appreciate it if you would comment below. And then also, if you can give a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that. Every Monday night, we do metaphysical stuff. Every Wednesday night, we do Course in Miracles stuff. So, and also, if you would like me and my work that I give you for free, you can become a patron of mine at patreon.com. Those links are below. You can go from $2 a month to whatever you want to a month. Your support helps me to pay my bills, to have a phone, and to be able to put food in my mouth and to take care of, anyway. So I would appreciate that. If you feel so moved, I would love that. And if you'd like to know more about me or my work, the other thing is, make sure you go to attractpositiveresults.com. And if you're not already signed up for my newsletter, you get 5 videos, but also you will get an email every time that we're going to be on. So, all right, everybody. Anyone want to say anything before we go? The miracles box. I know there's the miracles box. There's only so much I can talk about, but I will talk about that. Marcy, possibly. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. Dilkin, who are you? Sorry, all these names are so different here on YouTube. Marcy, possibly, but I'm not sure. That class is so full and nobody leaves. They stay and they don't leave. You're welcome, Rebecca. Oh, Falcons fan. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you, Emerald. You're welcome. Sarah and Carol and a couple other people that have been in the Course in Miracles group for a long time and they don't leave. They're my peeps. They're my peeps. You're welcome, Mel. All right, everyone. Let's take a big deep breath. Okay. All right, everybody. I'll be on Periscope tomorrow. I hope I can relate to it listening to music. Music. Hold on. Oh, I get it, Della. I get that, Della. Totally. That's the flow. That's the flow. You trust. You trust that it's the next note and all that stuff. I get it. All right. So I'll be on Periscope tomorrow. All right. I get that, Della. I totally get that. I think everybody here gets that. That's a good analogy. It's not even an analogy. That's the truth, right? Hello, Shane. Hello, Shane. I'm just leaving. So just make sure that you subscribe here. You'll get notifications. And remember, tonight could be the best night of your life. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Bye.